Hey, I wanted to check in on everybody and see how you're doing after this 11/11 weekend. And now we're in the new moon energies. You can just tell this is not slowing down. But I do have some really good news. And I received this on Thursday night, really late. It actually might have been early Friday morning. And I was pulled into a celebration. And I'm looking around going, okay, what are we celebrating? And the great news is that we have hit a vibrational milestone, is the way that it was described to me. And what this means is we cannot go back down in vibration from that point. That is now the point, right? And so I was like, okay, what exactly were the parameters of that? And essentially all of humanity had to be able to hold that vibration at 51%. So not 100%, but 51%. And that's really good. So anyone born after that point would have to, that's their minimum. That's what they're coming in at, the very base, which is amazing. And so I said, okay, what do we need to understand to harness this, to continue this growth? The biggest thing they said is temper expectations. That one of the things that we've been doing is creating stories of what it will look like, New Earth or these next phases. And in these stories, not only are we creating disappointments if those stories are not met, but we're creating expectations that limit. We are struggling to conceive what the next steps look like. And it doesn't matter whether you can remote view it. There's holes in the fabric. And we want to fill that in, but we're doing it from a logical, limited brain. And so they're asking us to stop. They're saying, you're creating limitation. That when we go into the stories of here's what's coming, here's what it's going to do, we are literally boxing in the potential because it could be so much more. And when the markers that we've made up, that, okay, we know we're going to be at this location when we have this available or this happens, and those things don't happen, then we're creating a lower vibrational disappointment. So that was one of the big things that they said that we really need to watch out for. And as I sat with that information, I can see where I do that in my life as well, just in my personal life. I'll create something, I'll have an expectation, it's not met, I go into disappointment instead of just allowing it to be. The other thing that they really were very clear on is that the amount of radiation coming in is high. So I explained in a different video to where, what's going on with the sun, the CMEs, the solar winds, everything is beating the magnetic shield around the earth. As that weakens, so too does our aura. And so we have to not only learn to have better aura management, but it's also the effects of the radiation on the body. Okay, and what it's doing with a lot of people is creating a histamine response, like you hear my throat. In others, it's creating an immune response and they're getting sick. So it really just depends. And it's not everybody. Not everybody seems to be bothered by it. It just honestly depends on your constitution. So they're telling me, they're like, do the things that you need to do to make sure that your immunity is high, that your inflammation is low, that your histamine response is low. That way, when these things come in, you're not tipped over the edge and then really going into either an allergic reaction or sinus stuff or the earaches or, things that we've been experiencing. So it is very interesting. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute, this radiation, we have it in our head, radiation, it's going to kill us, Chernobyl, things like that. And they said, we are going to adapt. It's not at a level on the planet where it's going to kill us. It's not like that, but it is one that is going to force DNA changes. And this is the going from carbon to crystalline. And this is not an easy process. So, you know, I asked them, I said, what would you have us taking? And they had mentioned it to me before, which was elderflower, not elderberry, but elderflower, which helps with sinus stuffs, rhinitis, getting the histamine reaction down. They had also said taking the NAC, and I couldn't tell you how to pronounce that, but something you can look up and you can purchase just because it helps to keep your glutathione stores high, and that can help ward off any type of illness or something like that. But it really is, it's energetic care, really working on your aura, and not everybody understands how to do that. So it's learning how to care for your aura or going to someone who can do it for you. And so they have asked, they actually asked a week ago that I put out a healing opportunity once a month for the next 3 months to where I will clear up all of this energy. And I'm also looking at to figure out how can I teach others how to do this as well. Because we need to be doing something every day. You know, even if it's as simple as getting into the shower and asking the water to come in and heal the aura and clear out anything that gets picked up, because we are picking stuff up. So if the aura is cracked, we pick stuff up, it affects us, it can affect our thoughts, our dreams, our energy. I mean, it tends to shift us in an unpleasant way that makes this process a lot harder. So if you are interested in that healing, it's an $11.11 per healing. And you can purchase 1, you can purchase 3, whatever you're comfortable with. And this is a really good one for kids. I spent some time with the grandkids last night, and I was looking at the auras and going, ooh, and I started repairing. And, you know, we don't always think about the kids or even the pets as having issues with their energetic field. But the amount that's coming in is unprecedented. We haven't lived through this before. So we are in unknown territory. And so if you would like to join that, the link is in the bottom. The first healing will be this Thursday. So, and another thing, you know, I have mentioned it before, the inner circle. Join us, come in, it's free, the base level, and come and talk about what's happening. Because what happens is the more that we talk, the more that we question, the more that we connect, the more that we understand. You know, I think sometimes we're going through this as if we're all blindfolded and we're just kind of feeling our way through. And by understanding the energy coming in from everybody and their experiences, we do get a bigger picture. And that's important. So a couple things for you to look at in the comments, but we have really good news. It's really good news. And, you know, with everything that is going on with the earth, and you can feel that it's heating up, these good news blips are important. And I have asked about that. I said, where are we with earth stabilization when we have stuff going down? Iceland and lots of earthquakes everywhere. And they said, we are doing very well. So as we go into this time frame of, you know, the pole shift is getting closer and closer and closer, what they keep telling me is they are negating the damage, because humanity is meant to make it through this shift, not be wiped out. And that's good to hear. That's good to hear. All right, you guys take care, and let me know how you've been doing with the energy. Let me know how your 11/11 was. All right.